Hello everybody and welcome back to my Minecraft playtime series, and we are back in the nether. And if you missed the last episode, well, I feel bad for you because we made something amazing, and well, it's not just that, but it's also these little piggies down here. And we got this fancy system all running down to our storage system, which does not have much room for us to stand, but yeah, we've got, well, actually I put shulker boxes, so we've got a lot more than this actually makes it seem. But yeah, we got a lot done, and we're gonna be in the nether for one more episode. Well, probably one more episode. I don't want to commit because, you know, maybe I'll come up with a really cool idea and we'll be in the nether for 2 episodes. Probably not though, because I kind of want to get back to my library and stuff. But before we do anything too crazy, we actually need to pop over to a testing world, or a copy of this world. And here we are in the copy of that world where I designed everything. You see, we don't have our storage system all in there, but the reason that we're here is because I need to design some stairs, and I started working on it, and I thought, you know what, why don't I just work through it with you guys? And that brings me down to this strange thing. And essentially what I did is I found the area up here that I want to bring this up to, which is, well, marked out by this right here, this little fence gate, and it's represented up here. So this is the height, and then this is the area where our storage system is going to be coming out. So essentially we need a staircase that's going to take us from here all the way up to here. And I wanted to do something kind of spirally, but when you get to spiraling things in Minecraft, sometimes they can get a little bit wonky, so I wanted to be a little bit more exacting about it. So all I did was I got an idea of the distance between these two by making diagonals, and then I just sort of smoothed it out like this. So essentially I've got this right here, which is going to be the shape of our staircase. But the shape isn't anything if we don't know exactly how much we need to go up, which is why I built this thing over here. So this right here is essentially just our staircase if it was all wound out. And if that didn't make any sense, basically just imagine that all of these were in a straight line. So all of these are transferred over here, all of these are moved over here, and all the ones over on this side are just brought all the way around here. So it's like this is spiraled and then this is straight right here. So the distance is essentially the same. And by essentially, I mean exactly the same, but you know. And over here, we've got the height. So essentially we just made the length of the staircase and the height of the staircase. And now all I need to do is make a triangle right here to figure out how much the staircase needs to go up each step. Does that make sense? I can't tell if I'm making sense or not. But regardless, for any of you math nerds out there, we could obviously just do, you know, the base squared plus the height squared equals the hypotenuse squared, and we would get the distance that we need right there. But that's not really all that helpful for us in Minecraft, is it? Because, well, it's kind of hard for me to determine if I have these right here. Let's just make it random. So let's say I'm going from here to here. I can take out all of these. Like, how many blocks are there from this diagonal to this diagonal? I mean, I could figure it out, but it's not super obvious, right? So an easier way is we could actually just figure out how many blocks are here and how many blocks are there, and then we can just find a common factor and reduce the fraction. So right here in this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 47, 48, 49. So we've got 49 on our base, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 28, 29, 30. So we've got a 49 base by a 30 height. And those two numbers are a little bit awkward, but I think I can make it really easy by just changing the 49 to 50, because you know it's Minecraft and it's probably going to be close enough. So now we just have 50 by 30. And we can divide both of those by 10 to get 5 by 3. So for every 5 blocks along this path, we need to go 3 blocks up. And I think that should make it really easy for us to make this staircase here. And then just to double check our work, just because that's always a good thing to do, we can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. And then keep going along here, and we get to about here, which is pretty good all things considered, because Minecraft blocks are just a little bit wonky, and I did end up rounding everything. So but you can see we've got this basic triangle shape. Then if we just go through and smooth this out just a little bit, maybe like something like that, you can see we're getting more of a flat angle here. Something kind of like this. It might not be absolutely perfect, but you know, it gets the job done, and we can always just, boom, throw an extra 2 and we continue the pattern and we get a basic shape of, okay, we're gonna need to go up 1 block and then up 1 block, sideways 2, up 1, sideways 2, and then 1, then, you know, just repeating this pattern like this. And now if we just transition this down here, then we get something like this, where we basically just took this pattern and we applied it to these honey blocks, or above these honey blocks, like over here. And you can just see we get a staircase that brings us all the way up to right underneath where we intended to go. So yeah, you can see it actually worked. Now that being said, this isn't really the end, because we've still got to figure out exactly what sort of combination of stairs and slabs we want to use, just to make sure that everything's nice and pretty. But, you know, we got the basic pattern, and that's sometimes the hardest part. So I think my next step is I'm gonna go through and I'm just gonna fill in the rest of this staircase. Like down here we had the honey blocks, which represents this thing, and then the yellow wool, which we're gonna represent with, I don't know, deep slate tiles, because that's what I have in my inventory. But yeah, so we're essentially gonna go up like this, and yeah, we're just gonna finish this out. All right, now it's starting to look like a staircase. And from here, pretty much all I need to do is start adding some stairs and some slabs and turning this into a real staircase, and then adding it into our actual world. I'd say this turned out pretty well. However, as always, when building in the Nether, things are never quite as easy as they should be, and, well, we've got a spawning problem. Yeah, so I've got to figure out how to spawn-proof all of these, and, well, I didn't really want to use carpet and glowstone like I'd been doing in there, but I don't think I'm gonna have a choice. Fortunately, I think the cyan carpet is gonna be pretty close to this, so I don't think it'll make it look too bad, but, well, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So I'm gonna run back to the overworld and grab some cyan wool, and I'll be right back. And I gotta say, I wasn't really excited to put all this carpet in at first, but I don't know, now that it's here, it's really not that bad, and it's so much brighter. We don't have any more spawn problems. I think this is it. Of course, there's still a lot more work to do. We've got to cover this up and kind of get things around here just a little bit cleaned up in general. Now, I'd like to follow kind of what we've done on this previous staircase down there, but it's gonna be a little bit tough because this one, well, as you can see, it's 3 wide as opposed to 4 wide like this one is. But also, this one has a lot of curves in it. And by a lot of curves, I mean, it's got one big curve. And this one is entirely straight, and the design kind of relies on that a little bit. So in order to make this lower staircase look as good as that one, we're gonna have to do a little bit of work. And I'm not totally sure what we'll end up doing, but I think we can figure something out. This first part will be pretty easy because, well, it's just all straight and no curves to think about. I can't do the exact same pattern as over here, but it shouldn't be too tough. And you know, things start here really simply. We just put in the floor, then we start building up the walls slowly but surely, and then we move on to the ceiling, and everything's really just by the numbers here. Nothing too crazy. But then we start to move on to the curve, and things just aren't quite so simple. And you know, going into this project, I really expected it to just be really simple, really easy. But sometimes it's the more simple projects where you end up learning more, and that was definitely the case for this one. particularly with the ceiling. I spent so much time just sitting in that copy of this world and trying to figure out exactly how to put things together. But sometimes, especially in Minecraft with these curves, you just really can't make that happen. And I think I just learned sometimes you just got to put the blocks down and be happy with how it turns out, because as you walk down the staircase, nobody really notices. There will be blocks here that are slightly out of place, or blocks there that aren't perfectly symmetrical, but as you're walking down the stairs, you just don't notice it. I need to get the pattern done on the, or not the pattern, but kind of the mix of the red nether brick and the regular nether brick on the walls, because I just, put them up super fast like this. And also I was thinking I might actually change part of this wall here to glass panes so that we can actually look through and see what's behind it over here. Because I don't know, there's just something kind of cool about this machine that we have back here. And it's nothing crazy, but I think I actually rather like it. It kind of reminds me of, when you'd go to a really fancy hotel as a kid and you'd get to look out and see everything else as you're walking down the stairs or up the stairs. And yeah, it'd be cool if I could get the better glass texture so that we don't have all of these weird little panes in here. But for now, I think it looks pretty cool. But I've really got to get a move on because I've got one more thing that I want to do before I end this episode. So I think I'm just going to real quick run down the stairs and put in the floor down there, and we'll just be happy with that for now. And again, nothing crazy, just the exact same floor that we've done up there and over there, but you know what, it gets the job done. The glowstone that's underneath the carpet here should keep all the piglins away, and the carpet should keep gas from spawning, so I think we're good here for now. Eventually I'll have to make up a room here, but that's a project for another day. What I want to do now is just pop down here, and we're still going to be in the nether, but we've got to go below the bedrock now. All the way to this nether fortress where we are gonna come right over here, and we're gonna build a blaze farm. This is actually gonna be the first time that I've ever built a blaze farm before, but I don't know, it looks pretty easy, and as long as I've got potions of fire resistance, which I have plenty of, these guys are only a little bit scary. So I think I can just light this place up. I don't know how many I need to place down, so you know what, let's just go a little bit crazy, and let's just get to it. Well, that's more than a little bit annoying. Alright, well, just grab some of my gear, get some rockets. Yeah, oh, should probably stop my recording. Yeah, that was a major pain. I was just, casually going around, clearing out the area, listening to my audiobook, and well, the blazes kind of got out of control, and well, here I am. Now that I think about it, I should have grabbed some food as well, because yeah, if I take too much damage, then nope. Okay, I'm just gonna run. All right, and I think somewhere right over here, I think probably down here. Looks like I'm surrounded. Don't think I can safely fly out of there, so I'm just gonna come down here and almost die there. Yeah, I need food. Yep. All right. Take two. This time with some food. Whoops. See, this is why you don't start the recording while you are flying into a bastion. Oh boy. I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh, and I didn't bring a sword this time, so... Alright. Take 3. Alright. There is some of my stuff. Oh, they're all wearing it. Okay. Hopefully I got my sword. That would be nice. Okay, I got my sword. Don't have my bow. A bow would be very nice. Did I lose everything else? All right, there's my elytra. I'm not sure where all the supplies I was carrying went. Did they just despawn already? That'd be a little bit of a pain if they did. All right. Well, I got all of my armor and my weapons minus my bow. So I think I'm just gonna have to be happy with that. I don't know what happened. All the other stuff that I was carrying must have despawned. So I gotta go. I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna die. I'm amazing at this game. Just kidding. Why does this always happen right as I get to the end of the episode and I'm trying to finish? Just making myself a new bow real fast, and fortunately, this makes getting levels pretty trivial. All right, time for take 2. Oh, I can't even pretend. I am absolutely exhausted, but we got a farm, and it works amazing. This was so much harder than I thought it would be, and looks like I can still get hit, but yeah, not a big deal. I can just kill him from back here. But yeah, we got a blaze farm, and I am tired. Which is why I'm going to call it here for this episode. I am really happy with the progress we got done. We got this blaze farm done, and we got a whole bunch more work done in the nether, and I promise after this episode we are back in the overworld and we're going to be doing some exciting things over there. So I can't wait to see you next episode. But anyway, bye.